What would you do if the person you trusted most built your life on a lie? I asked myself that question as I stood in the rain, clutching my daughter Lily's hand, her small fingers trembling in mine. We'd left our home in the dead of night, my heart pounding with a mix of fear and resolve. My husband, David, had told me his mother was dying. He'd wept, begged me to stay by his side, to support him through the grief. I believed him until I didn't. David's tears were convincing, his story airtight. His mother, Ellen, was in hospice, he said, with weeks to live. He needed to visit her daily, sometimes staying overnight. I juggled my job, Lily's school, and the weight of his sorrow, never questioning his absence. But something gnawed at me. The late-night calls he'd take in the garage, the way his eyes darted when I asked about Ellen's condition, the vague details that never added up. One evening, I called the hospice. Ellen wasn't there. She wasn't even sick. The betrayal hit like a punch to the gut. I confronted David, expecting shame, an explanation, anything. Instead, he doubled down, swearing I'd misheard, that the hospice had made a mistake. His voice was calm, but his hands shook. I knew then I couldn't trust him. That night, I packed a bag for Lily and me, and we left. I didn't know where we were going, only that we couldn't stay in a house built on lies. We ended up at my sister's apartment, a cramped but safe haven. Lily, only 7, asked why we couldn't go home. I told her we were on an adventure, but her wide, searching eyes saw through me. I spent sleepless nights piecing together David's deception. Why lie about something so serious? What was he hiding? I started digging, driven by a need to protect my daughter and understand the man I'd loved for a decade. First, I checked our bank statements. Thousands of dollars were missing, siphoned into an account I didn't recognize. Then I found the emails, buried in a folder on his laptop labeled work. They weren't from colleagues. They were from a woman named Claire, filled with intimate words and plans to leave, to start over, to escape the burden. My stomach churned. David wasn't grieving. He was building a new life behind my back. But the emails hinted at something darker. Claire mentioned the deal, and keeping her quiet. I remembered David's late-night drives, his sudden interest in a storage unit across town. Against my better judgment, I drove there one rainy afternoon, Lily safe with my sister. The unit was under David's name, and the manager, after some pleading, let me in. Inside, I found boxes of documents, fake IDs, and a ledger detailing transactions large sums, untraceable, linked to names I didn't know. My husband wasn't just cheating. He was involved in something illegal. I should have gone to the police, but I needed answers. I tracked down Claire, a nervous woman who worked at a bar downtown. When I confronted her, she broke down. David had promised her a future, but only if she helped him move money he'd been laundering for a local syndicate. His mother's illness was a cover to meet with Claire and his contacts, to keep me distracted while he planned his exit. He'd never intended to take us with him. The truth was a blade, cutting through every memory of our marriage. I thought of Lily, her laughter, her trust in her father. How could I tell her the man she adored was a criminal? I didn't. Instead, I went to the authorities, handing over everything I'd found. They arrested David within days. He didn't deny it, didn't fight. He just looked at me, eyes empty, and said, I wanted a way out. In the weeks that followed, Lily and I rebuilt. We moved into a small apartment, just ours. I got a new job, one that let me be there for her school plays and bedtime stories. The pain of David's betrayal lingered, but so did my strength. I'd protected my daughter, uncovered the truth, and walked away from a life that was never what it seemed. Some nights, I'd catch Lily staring out the window, waiting for a father who'd never come back. I'd hold her close, whispering that we were enough. What do you do when trust is shattered? You pick up the pieces, not for the one who broke them, but for the ones who matter most. For me, that was Lily. For her, I'd face any lie, any secret, and come out stronger.